Hey guys, welcome back to the MSR Workshop. I know it's been a little while since I've been out here, so I've got a good video in store for you today. I'm going to do an unboxing, so stick around. I think you'll like this. So today's unboxing video is something that outdoor people might appreciate, and somebody who is maybe out in a home shop or garden or garage or somewhere and they have a pest problem. What I'm talking about today is bug zappers, and in particular a brand called Flowtron. Now I have had a Flowtron bug zapper, scooting this guy aside, this one right here, and I have had this a little over 15 years. This has served me really well. These things are very, very serviceable, so if they quit working on you, they're easy to work on. You can buy parts for them. But this one happened to die, and instead of replacing a bunch of parts in it, I decided I wanted to get a new one, and I wanted to get a bigger one. So we're going to put this one aside for a second and open up this box so you guys can see what I got. So let me set this down here. So top of the box, you just got a little bit of packing material and a cardboard sleeve. What you've got in the box here is this monster. This is the Flowtron 9000 series, and it's the MC9000. Now they make one that is the 8800, and believe it or not, the 8800 is bigger than this one. It's about 6 inches longer and about 1.5 inches on either side wider. So quite a bit bigger. So starting off with, what you'll notice is the grating on this one is all aluminum bars, and they're very heavy duty. The one drawback with this old guy here is all of the bars and the grates on this were plastic. And if it got dropped or something, they could break. Now, this didn't break on me. It seemed to be very durable and hold up, but there's little bitty things on it that are starting to wear out just after 15 years of being used. So the models that we're looking at here is the 80-watt Flowtron, and it's called the 80-watt because it's got two 40-watt bulbs. This is 120-watt because it's got three 40-watt bulbs. And what we're going to do now is I'm going to take off the hood on both of these so you can see the transformers inside, you can see the different parts, and some of the things that are replaceable if yours stops working. All right, let's take the lids off these and see what we've got inside. So interestingly enough, this one looks like it's got two transformers, a large one and a smaller one, whereas this has got three transformers and then another large one. So the actual killing power of the grate, I'm not exactly sure what is different between each one. So let's adjust the camera here so you can see some of this stuff. So looking at the insides of these guys right here are your starters for your bulbs. So for some reason, if your Flowtron quits working and you put a new bulb in it and it still doesn't work, I would check these, and the Flowtron website sells replacement ones of these. They're very simple to install. Also, just go ahead and check if your little wing nuts are all screwed together and everything is connected properly. But but everything looks really nice. Now moving over to this guy, most likely this one quit working on me because one of these transformers has quit working. And instead of spending some money, which I could have, to replace the transformer, I felt it was time just to go ahead and get a new unit. Also, the things that hold my bulbs in were actually getting just old and brittle, and they were starting to crack. So I just opted to get a whole new unit together. But this could still be saved if I wanted to. So back over looking at the grates. Now some people will say that these grates clog up, and if you do have a lot of larger flying insects, say a lot of big moths and stuff, eventually these grates do clog up, and that's the internal grates. Now every year, about once a year, I will do maintenance on the grates, and what I'll do is I will take, at least on this one, I would take this plastic housing off to get into the internal grate, and then just wire wheel the killing grate off in the inside, and that keeps it clean of the debris and gets rid of any of the gunk that clogs the thing up, because if you get too heavy a buildup, something lands on another dead bug, it's not necessarily going to zap them. So the next question people are going to ask is, how effective are these on killing mosquitoes? They aren't very. Now the reason is mosquitoes are not necessarily attracted to light. They're attracted to heat, and the other big thing is carbon dioxide. And that's why most mosquito things that you see out there include a little lure in the bag. Now it comes with one, and I think this unit can take 3 of them. We'll flip it over here in just a second to check. I know this one can take 2. But what these are is they're Octenol lures, and what they do is they produce a scent similar to CO2. Now there's other units out there called mosquito magnets. What they are is they run off of a propane tank. They release carbon dioxide with a little fan. It attracts the mosquitoes and they get sucked into a trap. Now the problem with those is they're prohibitively expensive. First off, the unit itself is fairly costly. They're about $400 or $500, and I think you may be able to find them cheaper, but they're about that range. Then you've got to also have a propane tank, and the tank, if you run it continuously, will last you about 2 months, so you're continually replacing those. This, on the other hand, this one did run about $200. Now you can get one that's less expensive, like this particular one here. And this lasted me, like I said, 15 years. And this runs about $80. Now you will have to periodically replace the bulbs or do a little bit of maintenance if a starter quits working. But that's a little bit cheaper in the long run. Now, these lures, I don't have a price on them for you, but I bet you could source them off of Amazon or eBay for significantly cheaper. But what these do a really good job at is killing insects that fly around that are attracted to the light. Whether it be down here in the south, we get a lot of moths. Also the big June bugs, they are attracted to light. I'll frequently find them out by my garage door in the evening time. And they will kill those. Now people will say, well, you're harming good insects, and that is one small drawback to these, where I hate to see them on here, but I will see praying mantises on here every now and then. Sometimes they'll hang it on the grate and catch the bugs, and I'm cool with that, but if they get past the protective grate on the outside, they will kill them. Now the largest thing that I've killed on this one particular here is a small bird. And the way the bird got in is this one is modified. Now the reason I modified it, because the grates are fairly close together, I feel like things like the crane flies. Now the moths, the crane flies, the other miller moths that you see come from mostly people's lawns. So the caterpillars that you see crawling around in your lawn, or when you go and dig up dirt and you have little caterpillars in your lawn, those turn into the moths that you see flying around. They're harmful to your lawns, and that's what causes the brown spots. But the crane flies, people call them mosquito hawks. They look like giant mosquitoes. They aren't mosquitoes, but they are a nuisance. I find that those great big ones, they tend to land on the outside instead of getting through the grates. And so I clipped every 3rd grate. Now it does make this unit more dangerous, which I definitely don't recommend putting this anywhere near children, because you don't want them to get their fingers in here, because I think it would severely hurt somebody. because it did kill a small bird. Now that's the only reason the bird got through here, is because there was enough space for him to get in here. But it does a good job of killing all those annoying moths that get in your lawn and eat your lawn. Sometimes they'll produce caterpillars that eat your garden. Now, all of the dead bugs aren't going to waste. The birds love the snacks that these produce. So all the dead bugs that drop through, you'll see the birds out in the morning cleaning up the mess. Now this does come with a... Nope, this one doesn't. I take that back. The larger one comes with a collection tray on the bottom. Most people, I don't think anybody keeps the collection tray on it because you want them just to fall through and then the animals clean up the mess for you. So let's go ahead and put this back together and we'll go ahead and turn it on and see how it works. So installing the Octenol lure is quite simple. There's a sticker on the top of this you just peel off, and then this just clicks right in there, and there's no door or anything to keep this on. And this rests right here and actually is warmed just a little bit by the bulb, which helps release some of the scent through these holes. You can put one in each one of these if you want an even stronger scent to lure the mosquitoes in, but you don't have to. Also, if you need to change the bulb, you have to remove 3 screws on the bottom. This comes out, and then you're able to access the 3 40-watt bulbs. All right, so where I've chosen to hang this is under just a little bit of cover here, and that'll help it last a little bit longer. It keeps a little bit of the elements off of it. And then also, I don't know if you can see up here, I do have this on a timer. And the timer is a dusk to dawn timer. So when it gets dark out, this will automatically come on. And then when the sun comes out, it'll turn off. That just helps save your bulbs. Now, you can have this run continuously, but obviously you're going to have your bulbs not last as long. But if you're working on a mosquito problem and you're using the Octenol lures, you may want to run this a little bit more just because they're continually bringing the mosquitoes to this thing. So let's go ahead and fire it up and see how it works. So all bulbs are working nicely, and now we just have to wait for this evening to see if some critters will fly into it. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I know it necessarily wasn't a power tool unboxing video, but I still think it was fun nonetheless. And I know all of you at some point have had a problem with a flying critter, whether it be, a fly, mosquito, something. And I think these are a fairly good solution to get rid of some of those. Now, it won't get rid of all of them. And flies are one that they just don't necessarily attract. Now, they do end up flying into it, and you'll notice in your pile of bugs in the morning that there are some flies in there. Let's talk about some pricing. So this one right here runs about $80, give or take, on Amazon. This one is closer to the $200 range, and then the 8800 version, which is the bigger one than this, runs about $330. So the difference between this guy here and the 8800 is about 6 inches difference, and you're paying another $130. So it may not be worth it for most people. You're not really getting any increase in voltage for killing power. You're just getting a little bit larger surface area for bugs to fly into. I think this was more than sufficient. I really like the metal grates on that. They are fantastic, and I feel like they're going to last forever. If you have any comments, questions, suggestions, don't forget to leave them below and hit that bell for all the new videos and content that I make. Thanks, guys.